The message.
Yeah. Under the lights, speaking of facts, double the price, yeah. Under the lights, we covering sports, whatever you like, yeah. Home runs in the park, touchdowns in the end zone. Knockouts in the ring, buzzer beater for the win, go hard or go home. Find out who you are when you under the lights. That pressure made a star right there. Under the lights, you looking for the best, tune in to Under the Lights. Yeah, yeah, Under the Lights.
Yeah. Welcome back to Under the Lights. We are your host. I'm Big Mike, and that's my guy, Jordan. What's up, my guy? What's good with you, man? What hat you got on today? It better be a Sixers hat. No, okay, you didn't bring that out. All right, cool. You know, I thought you was going to have a team out there, brought the, had the 3-1 lead, and then you came back from 3-1. My bad. My bad. What's up with you, my guy?
That's a great win, man. It's a great win.
Great series win. You feel me? You understand? I ain't got no complaints about this. Well, I got some complaints. I do have some complaints, you know what I mean? But all in all, I'm glad we went out there and got it done. You know what I'm saying? I hate Boston. Tired of losing to them. Tired of them motherfuckers. And it's a new day. Got to see them niggas next year. Shit over with. You know what I mean? But other than that, the NFL or the NBA playoffs is here. First round is in the books. We had Cleveland go out there and struggling and went out there and closed out the Raptors last night as well. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Other than that, we got the Knicks and my Sixers tonight, 8 o'clock. We got Ant-Man supposed to be playing tonight against the Spurs, so we know they ain't about to do nothing. They ain't about to shock the world like they did the Nuggets, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? Without Ant-Man, especially not for a whole series. You know what I mean? But yeah, bro. So how you feeling about these playoffs so far, man?
I mean, hey, it was probably one of the most entertaining first rounds ever, man. That was
a
great first round. There was like 3 game 7s, so
yeah, a lot of game 7s and shit. Yeah, for sure.
That's what you want. You know what I mean? There should have been another game 7, but New York Knicks gave them niggas 50.
Yo, I'm
ridiculous.
Nigga, listen, I was watching that game, right? And I'm like, okay, I see 48-15. I'm like, damn, okay. When I see 77-27, and when I see you up by 60 and 61 points, I'm like, well, damn, ATL, y'all could have stayed at the crib for that shit. I thought, when game 7 come, we want to see a nail biter or a close game or some shit. That was was that them? Was that the Hawks? Or was that the YMCA team out there, or G League, or the Atlanta G League team? Because them niggas look terrible. Them niggas look terrible. We know New York ain't like that now. They ain't blow you out 50 points, but they ain't like that.
I ain't what that's. That's not what Mel gonna say.
Hey, man, what Mel saying? I hope he ain't saying that's how they really about to be out here coming, especially not in this series right here coming up tonight. You know what I mean?
You
know what I'm saying?
You can't blame him. I mean, you can't blame him.
Man, bro. You think they better go out here and 50 ball the niggas?
No. But they playing good ball at the right time.
They are. And listen, I think that first of all, they should have had this series over with. Let's just call it what it is. Let's go. Come on now. This is the Hawks we talking about here. They shouldn't be doing nothing. You know what I mean? To bring it, having them struggling and shit out there like that. Let's not do that. But it is what it is, man. Pistons went ahead, you know what I mean, got it done. They also came back from a 3-1 lead, you know what I mean? So it's just 3-1 leads. The blow 3-1 lead list is just getting longer. It's just getting longer. That's all it's doing, you know what I mean? But listen though, let's talk about these Philadelphia 76ers and these Boston Celtics, because it's some controversy going around that too. You heard Jaylen Brown talking this talk. My guy sent me that shit last night, and I'm like, damn, he did this shit right after the game? Okay, all right, bet. We'll talk about that tomorrow then too. You know what I'm saying? But before that, let's talk about my Philadelphia 76ers completing a 3-1 comeback over the Boston Celtics at the number 2 seed Boston Celtics, who was a number 2 seed all year long without Jason Tatum. You know what I mean? And then when he came back, he looked like he fit in well with him. You know what I'm saying? Cool, doing this thing. Everybody praising him type of shit. Cool. But we walked that ass down in 7 games in the Garden. How impressive was this feat? How impressive was it? It was very, very, how many varies do I got to put in front of it? How many varies do I got to put in front of this to let you know how impressive this shit was? First of all, it's hard to come back down from 3-1. You got to win 3 straight games. And against the number 2 seed Boston Celtics. Let's not forget, They could have went out. Listen, we got our ass beat game 1 by 32 points. I came out here, Jordan. I said, listen, we gonna go out here and play like that, bro. We be lucky to win the game. You know what I'm saying? You was like, yeah, you're getting swept. And I'm like, nah, we ain't getting swept, but we can't come out here playing like that. You know what I'm saying? The next game, came out here and played better. 1-1. 1-1 in Boston. In Boston. You understand? Come back. Obviously, Joel Embiid wasn't there for us. They could have sat him. They could have sat Joel Embiid and said, listen, we know you hurt. We know you just had surgery, an appendectomy, you know what I mean, a couple weeks ago. And you came back game 4, you know what I'm saying? And just a week prior to that, he couldn't even walk on his own. We could have sat him down. You got blown out in game 1. You know what I mean? You ain't hit. You wasn't here for us the first 3 games. You come back game 4, you lose that. Now it's 3-1. He could have been like, you know what, bro? It's an uphill battle. It's a great team. We don't want you out here getting hurt and shit. You falling all on the floor. You taking body blows to your stomach and your area and all of that shit. We got Maxey. We got Paul George. We got VJ Edgecombe out here. We going to finish a series like that to try to keep you for next season. But we didn't. They didn't. We motherfucking fought every goddamn game being down 3-1. Being down 3-1, nigga. We won those games. Remember we came out here last time in game, game 2. And we was like, was it more about the Sixers or more about the Celtics? You said it's more about the Celtics because, you think they missed a bunch of shots and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, that's on them. That's the Celtics game. That's their game. They live and die by the 3. Their game plan every game is to put up a bunch of motherfucking 3s. And that's exactly what they did, and they didn't capitalize on it. That's how they got their name, and that's just what they do, my nigga. So I don't want to hear, well, they just missed a bunch of shots. That's their game. If we went out there with our game plan and getting it in the post, drawing double teams, hitting the open man, or Maxey doing what he do, and it don't work, nigga, you can't say, oh, well, they just, nigga, our game plan didn't work. We played better. We played better than the Boston Celtics. Period, point blank. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to hear them about, oh, they just missed shots. That's what they do. So that's their fucking fault. Nigga, and I don't want to hear nothing about Jason Tatum not playing game 7. That's another thing I keep seeing all day on the internet. My nigga, Jason Tatum was there when it was 3-1. Was he not? He was there. He played 6 out of 7 games. The same thing I say when it comes to the Warriors and the Cavaliers, and everybody talk about, oh, Draymond missed game. He played 6 out of 7 games. Kevin Love also missed a game. They did. Nobody talks about that, though. They went out there and slapped the Warriors 120-90. So just the same energy I had then, I got the same energy now. He played 6 out of the 7 games. And when it was 3-1, Jason Tatum was also out there, nigga. Went in those 2 games that we won to tie the series up 3-3 to get a game 7. So we beat them with Jason Tatum and we beat them without him. That shit don't fly with me. Because if I'm not mistaken, didn't Embiid miss the first 3 games? Was he out there? Did he play game 1? I don't see no stats for game 1 for Joel Embiid. Let's see, game 1, game 2. I don't see him on the stat sheet. He came back game fucking 4 and we lost that. Bro, they was on our necks. You know, when you take a 3-1 commanding lead, everybody's like, yeah, it's pretty much over. It's pretty much over, bro. It is. And we kept on fighting, dog. Joel Embiid out there hurt. We see he's hurt. You see how many times he got rolled over into his knee? Game 7, 2 or 3 times. He's limping. He's on the sideline stretching his fucking where he had surgery. There's 5 people over there stretching him out. 5 people. He all on the floor. Stretching out because the man is in motherfucking pain. Man, we fought, we battled. Tyrese Maxey was doing this thing. Paul George did well this series. Not even gonna lie, he shot a really good percentage. Gotta give him his props on that, because you know I be on Paul George's ass for bullshitting. He wasn't bullshitting this series. He did well. I give him props for that shit, and I appreciate that shit. You know what I'm saying? You got a guy like VJ Edgecombe, a rookie. VJ Edgecombe, who's going to be a superstar in this league. You don't think so? That's fine. One thing about sports, we get to sit here and watch it play out. I believe he's going to be a motherfucking superstar in this league. He is a rookie. He is fearless. And at halftime, Nick Nurse, and I quote, Nick Nurse said, VJ Edgecombe came out of halftime and said, I got Derek White, and I'm going to do a better job of him because he's cooking. In the first half, Derek White had 19 points, 6 of 13, and was 4 of 7 from 3 in the first half. You understand? That second half, VJ Edgecombe did exactly what he said he was going to do, and he went 3 of 13 and 1 of 9 for 3 in the second half. That's what VJ Edgecombe did. Nigga, we out here fighting, and he making big threes. And he, along with doing that, gave you 21 points, 5 of 11 from 3, big threes, 6 rebounds, 4 assists on the road in Game 7 in 44 fucking minutes as a rookie, and he had a play with a plus 19 on the floor. That's what he was. You know what I'm saying? You got Maxey out here, 11 of 18, 30 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists, and doing what he do. And he closed the game for us. Because what I realized is that, you know, when they get closer to the end of the game, they still try to feed Joel Embiid 2, 3, 4 times in a row. Brick. You know what I'm saying? Or turnover, some costly, stupid turnover. Maxey come through and close the game for us. I like that shit. You know what I'm saying? Embiid was dominant, 34, 12, and 6. If we this type of shit right here is what I like. But I just want him to be on the floor a lot more, and it's just not like that for us. But, hey, I'm going to stick with it now. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to – so anybody telling me that this is not very, very impressive, we was down 3-1. We could have hung it up. You know how demoralizing it is to get blown out in Game 1? 32 points with the shooting. And that's how Boston shoots the ball. They can shoot and get hot like that. So it wasn't no motherfucking fluke. You feel what I'm saying? That is demoralizing, and we still stuck with it. Tough, grit, grimy, Philadelphia motherfucking basketball, nigga. Philadelphia 76er basketball, tough, grit, and grind. Just like the city of Philadelphia, nigga. We grinded that shit out. It was very, very impressive. Only thing I don't like is the costly turnovers. When you got we had a 15-point lead, they cut it down and took the lead. Then we brought it back up to an 18-point lead, they cut it down again. That's because it be costly turnovers. You get a rebound, you don't know nobody behind you. You know, it don't occur to you to look back. No, poking it from behind, poking the ball out from behind, all of that shit. That doesn't occur to you. Where's the communication? You know, so and ill-advised shots too, because when the Boston Celtics hit a 3-point shot, you know what I mean. The crowd, and I mean, you know, the crowd in Boston is ballistic. When they start going, they get to going and they feed off of that shit. You know what I mean. So it's little stuff like that I wish they just clean up. Moving forward tonight and on through the rest of the playoffs, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, this was very, very impressive. The list of the 3-1 teams that blow a lead is only getting longer, and my Philadelphia 76ers are on the positive side of that by coming back from being down 3-1, and Joel Embiid is not fully healthy. You see it. You see how he playing defense out there. It's slow. He can't even plant his foot and get out of shit. It's slow. He getting turned around, all of that. Very impressive, bro. We fought, nigga. Ain't nothing motherfucker tell me. If anything else, you just hating.
Yeah. So
here come the bullshit.
Honestly, it was very impressive. Like, let's be, you know, I mean, I think any comeback from 3-1 is impressive. If that is the question, which is quite obvious. You know, it is impressive. I think a big determining factor on you know, it was a big. I forget what I was going to say. This thing almost interrupted me.
I'm sorry.
I think a big factor obviously was Joel Embiid, man. Joel Embiid coming back.
Yes.
I think Joel Embiid and you know, we have Aaron who's in the chat in one of the chats that I'm in, and he's
the
Boston
Celtics. Yeah, the Celtics
fan. Big Celtics fans. He's in all the group chats. He's a big Celtics fan, like no joke. And he was saying he'd rather Joel Embiid back because when Joel Embiid is back, they play a lot slower, and he doesn't want them to play. Which it's like I get the point. I get what he's saying. You know what I mean? If you're going slower. And it makes the 76ers not play fast, because when the 76ers are playing fast, it can be like, I understand the concept there. And on top of that, if he's there, then he's also a liability defensively, right? Because obviously he's injured, you know what I mean? And he's playing hurt. So, you know, when they're playing that 5 out, you know what I mean? It's going to be hard for him to cover ground. It's going to be hard for him in the pick and rolls and the picking pops when they're doing a whole bunch of actions involving Embiid. So I understood the sentiment. The thing is though, Joel Embiid, man, he stuck through it, man. He stuck through it. I think I think we got to give big credit to Paul George in this series, man.
Yep.
Because I think from game 3, I think, or game 4, like he was buckling down defensively, bro. He was making it
Yep.
difficult. Kelly Oubre was buckling down defensively, was
KO.
making it difficult. You know
Yes,
what I
sir.
mean? VJ Edgecombe was, just being aggressive in terms of, like, obviously he doesn't have the smarts as a Paul George, a Kelly Oubre on the defensive end, but he's young, he's springy, you know what I'm saying, energetic, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
and that is also something that can help you, you know what I mean. So obviously you have Maxi, who's not the greatest defender, but like I say, in any of the teams, you can have a player that is not great defensively. That's why you have 4 other guys out there to help.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you have to come up with a game plan in order to help that player that isn't the greatest defensively. So that's why I don't want to hear the shit about certain players not being able to defend defensively. It's been
Yeah.
like that and since the beginning of basketball. Figure it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You can't
So
really have one might be the limit though. You can't be having 2 or 3 dudes out there that can't play
yeah,
defense.
three
That's
three
gonna get
three dudes
tough.
is crazy. 3 dudes is crazy.
Yeah,
2 is
yeah,
like
yeah,
you better have like Anthony Davis and Draymond Green on the court or something like that. But
yeah,
with the Sixers though, they got players, bro. They got players, and they dug down, they dug deep. I think obviously we know that the 70s, I mean the Boston Celtics, they went cold from 3. They shot
hmm
below 30% from 3 in the last 3 games. You
yep,
know what I mean? That's a big part to it. Obviously, I think, you live by the 3, die by the 3. Not everyone is Golden State Warriors, where you have the 2 best shooters of all time, and
yep,
you can, what I'm saying, and it can stay consistent throughout a playoff run.
hmm
And especially when you have Derek White, who was supposed to be, he was having a tough series as well. He didn't
yep,
have a great series.
nope,
Um, and I don't know. I remember we had this conversation. Is it best that Jason Tatum stays out of the lineup going into the playoffs, or going in? You know what I'm saying? Going into the playoffs and you're bringing him back. I think no matter what, you ain't gonna win without that whole team being complete. You know what I mean? Like you wasn't gonna win the whole thing with Jason Tatum being out. So I don't think that played a big part, him coming back or not. Regardless, you was gonna have to have him in the lineup in order to win.
hmm
Um, so to be honest, it was impressive. Any 3-1 comeback is impressive, especially with a hobbled Joel Embiid. You know what I mean? With
yeah,
a Paul George that's not a superstar caliber player anymore. You know what I
right,
mean? We
right.
have to be honest. He's like he's a he's
He's
a
yes,
he's a
he's
good player now. He's
a
not
good
like a,
player. Yes,
yeah, you know what I mean? You have a superstar in a Maxi. You know what I mean? You have a good role player in Kelly Oubre. You know what I
hmm
mean? You have an up and coming rookie. Remember, he's a rookie playing
yep,
in these playoffs.
yep,
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you have to give credit to the Sixers. And I think a lot of some people, one of my mans, Noel, he was like, yo, the 76ers have a good team. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
like I think we all know a healthy Sixers is a good squad. It's just, are they gonna
yes,
be healthy? You know what I
yes,
mean? And that's the whole thing about them. Um, and so we got to give credit to where it's due. You know what I mean? I
hmm
think I think what's his name kind of shot himself in the foot, hitting them, just going all threes. Just want to. That's how you going. If that's how you going to try and win, that's how you going to try and win. But I mean, they were playing like that the whole year. I guess you got to live by that. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And um, yeah, you know what I mean. So
Well,
I think
I've
Joel
said,
Embiid also was a big part, because
yeah, hell yeah,
Joel Embiid, hurt or not hurt, he caused problems, bro. He
yes,
causes problems, bro. And
yeah,
there's no debate about it. And gets them in foul trouble. He was making them
hmm
go, because Cueto was getting out the game. They was having
yep,
to go with Vooch. They were having to
yep,
go with Garza. So that causes rotational problems. So it's not like a big it was a big factor that him coming back and playing. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And that's
yeah,
what makes it more impressive, because he's coming back from a surgery. He's coming
hmm
back from, what I mean? And you don't have a superstar Paul George. You have a Maxi, and everybody else is pretty much role players. You know what I'm saying? Just depending on the level of role player it is.
Can,
So big time impressive. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Probably one of the better 3-1 comebacks, out there. So that
Cons-
was
consider considering the situation with the health, you know what I mean?
with the help.
considering that.
100%.
Can we call Maxey a superstar yet, or is he like a rising superstar or on his way to? I don't like.
So technically, yeah, I'm with you. Technically, I only consider there's only like 4 superstars in the league.
Yeah, I don't think he's a superstar. I don't think real good.
Meaning he's one of like the top, I would say top 10, 15 players in the league this year.
Okay. Until your man, who was it Aaron? His name? I remember. Listen, how I know his name is the times I peeked into the chat. He always on there. He talks. I mean, he sends dissertations. He sends speeches sometimes. You feel what I'm saying? He be that Boston Celtics shit. Yeah. The only reason I don't agree is because, and listen, remember I said they do play faster. They do play faster. And I'm talking about him saying he didn't want Joel Embiid. I mean, he think it's better. I disagree because, like I said before, he draws double teams and get boys open looks. He causes problems. You are going to have to double team, and he's very, very talented, and he can get you the free throw line as well. You know what I'm saying? When he's on the floor. You know what I mean? So I think without Joel Embiid, we don't win this series. Maybe we win a couple games, but we don't win this series without Joel Embiid. And that, I don't care how much Maxey dropped 30 and all of that, but maybe we do. Maybe we could take it to a game 7 or a 6 game. But I don't think, me personally, I don't think we win this series. You know what I mean? And without Joel Embiid, like for us, like we miss a down low presence. You know what I mean? Like we don't get no buckets in the paint. You know, and that's how it was game 1. Game 1, no buckets in the paint. None of that shit, man. And remember I told you I had some complaints before we move on. I had some complaints. The complaints that I have are obviously the turnovers I was talking about. And another thing, when they were switching the rotation out and they got Garza on Joel Embiid and they got Gonzalez on Joel Embiid and they got 6'7" Jaylen Brown on Joel Embiid, I get upset because he don't attack it. You sitting here pity-patting around, looking around and shit. No, motherfucker. Get your big. Why are you taking the ball by the 3-point line damn near? Or, you know what I mean? And you got Jaylen Brown on you. You're supposed to body these little dudes. Spin up, especially Garza and Gonzalez. Gonzalez, he look like a fucking insurance agent, nigga. He ain't even 7 feet. He's short. You're supposed to be bullying them type of dudes that's on you, using your post moves, spin off these dudes, man. Draw fouls. What are we doing? You the biggest motherfucker on the goddamn court. Why when Garza and Gonzalez is on you and Jaylen Brown? Jaylen Brown? You sitting here doing jabbing and shit back and forth. Turn around, back his little bitty ass down. The double team is coming. And when you know the double team is coming, that's when you get the ball and you act quick. You act quick. That's what you do. So those are a couple of complaints that I did have. Now, we talk about Joel Embiid's surgery. Well, you know, it's every other day now. It ain't no more days off. We just played Saturday night. Sunday we was off. Boom, we played tonight, 8 o'clock in MSG. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. Do you think Joel Embiid's health is going to hold up for another series? If we just being realistic, you know what I'm saying? History is looking like they load managed him this year. He was getting load managed this year, missing 2 games. You know, we play and we'll have 2 days off. You know, he ain't playing no back-to-backs. So he'll play, have 2 days off, and he'll play again. The man only played 34 games this year. You know what I'm saying? And it was still hurt. And then going into the playoffs, you know, they didn't say nothing about no knee pain or none of that. It was appendicitis. He had to go get emergency surgery. You know what I mean? Now you look at it right now, it's like they play every other day now. For the rest of the schedule is out. It's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, and you know what I mean? That's what it is. And that's what's alarming to me about Joel Embiid, because playing other day, his body is not built for that. Now, one thing you cannot do about Joel Embiid is question his toughness, because we know he's been beat up for his whole career and he still go out there and play. You look at him early on in his career and look at him now over the recent years. You can see how he's dragging up the court. He ain't explosive no more. Joel Embiid used to be a pogo stick. Get a rebound, go back up and dunk. Get a rebound, put it right back in. He can't do that no more. He getting this shit thrown off the glass. Remember when he dunked on Russell Westbrook? I know he's 6'3", but you remember when he dunked on Russell Westbrook? Remember that? You remember that? I'm talking about not dunking on a 6'3" guy. I'm talking about the explosiveness that came with it. He can't do that no more, but them knees is shot, bro. This is the guy I remember a couple years ago when he threw the ball off the glass in MSG and came down and landed. Nobody touched him. His knee fucked up just from landing on the ground. And he out for a bunch of time this year. You missed the first 3 games of this series. You know what I mean? And you took body blows all of this series. You on the ground, you drawing contact and all of that shit, bro. Now you got to play every other day. I can't confidently say he's going to play every other day. Hell, he's listed right now. I know he's going to play tonight, but he was listed as probable with a hip contusion. I didn't know shit about no hip going in after the last game. I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Now you telling me we're going to play Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and physical. We play physical, and he's going to have to get physical. He's going to have to. It's going to be like that. And he's going to have to play defense out there because they're going to drag him out there. Jalen Brunson, you know what I mean? He's going to try to do it. You know what I'm saying? Why wouldn't you? I would try to do it too. You know what I mean? So shit. I can't confidently say yes that it's going to hold up. I think personally, I think he might miss a game. Because it's every other day. I don't want him to miss a game. And you know, if you out here hurting and you can't run, you can't go, bro. Bro, I mean, why come out here? Why? You're going to do it to make it worse. You're going to do it to make it worse. I wouldn't be, Joe Litton, I wouldn't be surprised if he wasn't playing tonight. We just came off he didn't play 7 games. You know what I mean? He played 4, 5, 6, 7. 4, 5, 6, and 7 games. So he played 4 games. You know what I mean? But you just got, even that 4 games right there, you stretched out on the ground. And now you better go a whole nother 7? Because if Joel Embiid plays this series, this ain't going to be no 5-game series. This series is going the distance. It's going to be a 12-round fight. 7 games, as long as he's there and he can play. You know what I mean? So I can't confidently say yes that it's going to hold up means you there every game and you available to play and you look good because you dominated. Or is that going to carry over to this? We'll be able to tell. But my answer is I can't give you a solid yes. So I'm gonna say,
well, the way that he's talking, it seems like he's gonna be there because he's talking about fans and all this stuff. And
Jordan. What else is he supposed to say? He's saying, I heard him. Don't sell your tickets. Don't sell your. Listen, Joel Embiid is gonna. We've seen him. We've seen him go out there limping and hobbling, bro, against the Knicks and give him 30. So you know what? And as I remember that, on one leg, dropping 30, you're going to have to drag him out of this series. Both knees going to have to be fucked up. Because if it's just one, he going to play. So you know what? I'm going to say yes, it's going to be painful, but he going to be there. He going to be there.
I mean, the question here is, will it hold up?
Yeah.
We don't know.
Yeah. I can't give you a straight up answer. You know what I mean? I can't.
I don't know. So for me, it's that simple. You don't know because Joel Embiid is like, if he says, okay, I want to play, then he gonna play. So yeah, he gonna play. But then he gets like these weird ass injuries, like he's in the paint, people fall on him, and then he's like, he actually got shot by a car, and then don't do that, Jordan. Don't do that, Jordan.
Man got messed up knees. You got a whole body rolling into your knees, man. Stop! Don't do that.
Jaylen Brown.
We gonna get to him. We gonna get to Jaylen Brown. Hold on, no. You hold the fuck on. No, hell no. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't say.
Let me speak.
Wait a minute.
I can say what I want.
But hold on. When he a whole body rolled into his knees, that's hurting.
I'm not talking about that though. I'm talking about when he goes and he be flopping all over the place.
We'll get to Jaylen Brown.
You know what I'm saying? But he does do that. That's a fact. There's no debate about that.
He ain't the only one.
What he does.
He ain't the only one.
But we talking about Joel Embiid though. So
you're right.
So, okay. But I'm not certain because he be getting them these injuries by people falling into him, or he tweaking his ankle or whatever it is. So I don't know. You know what I'm saying? If we're talking about the history of Joel Embiid, then no. then no. I mean, it's very and to be honest with you, just from looking at him, playing and looking at him running up the court, and he's hobbled, bro, one
yeah,
thousand percent. So if you're gonna ask me, is he gonna miss a game or two in this series? You fucking damn right he is.
yeah, possible for sure. I'm with you, bro.
You know
I'm
what I
with
mean?
you.
And that's just the reality. I don't think this is like anything crazy because
No,
the evidence shows that he is. And from watching the game watching the series that we just watched,
yes,
he was fucking hobbled. And
yes,
there was a few times where someone fell into his knees. You know what I'm saying? And that could have
yes.
been way worse than what
Woo,
it actually was. You feel what I'm
woo.
saying? So he's lucky in that department, you know what I'm saying? And he's
Mhm.
still out there. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't think no one's questioning his heart, no one's questioning any of that. It's just or his yeah, his heart is want to be out there.
Mhm.
Um so it's just we don't know what's gonna happen with him. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So if you're asking me, I do think he's going to be out a couple games, one or two
okay.
games.
That's fair. That's fair. Um, yeah, bro, it's fair. Brought up Jaylen Brown, motherfucking ass. You know what I'm saying? I told you, motherfucker had said it to me in my DM or whatever. My guy. And, I watched it. You know what I mean? Listen to what he was saying. You know what I mean? But I got a clip. If any, I'm pretty sure everybody heard it. Yeah, I got a clip. I'm pretty sure everybody heard it. You know what I'm saying? Um, and I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all listen to it right here. You know what I'm saying? This is a little longer than the clip that my man sent me because I watched the whole thing. You know what I mean? So I started it maybe like a little earlier than what he sent me. You know what I'm saying? So
And show the clip, show the whole thing. That's it.
I'm about to show it right now. You know what I mean? So here's Jaylen Brown and what he had to say about the NBA and Joel Embiid. You know what I'm saying? After the Game 7 loss to my Philadelphia 76ers. Take a listen.
Like some of y'all clearly don't know basketball. Y'all don't know what flopping is. Flopping is exaggerating contact that's already there. It's not about drawing contact or drawing fouls. Nobody has a problem with drawing fouls. That's a part of the game. Use your brains. That's the thing about this basketball era where y'all have turned y'all brains off and just look at analytics. I have no idea what y'all talking about. Drawing fouls is fine. I don't complain about nobody drawing fouls. Flopping and exaggerating contact is different. It's like when somebody barely touched you and you selling a call to make it seem like you just got shot by two police officers. Big difference. Whether you like it, don't like it, your grandma like it, your grandma don't like it. I don't really care. You know what I mean? This is my personal opinion on basketball. Some of y'all might disagree, but argue with your grandma. Flopping has ruined our game. Joel Embiid is a great player, one of the best bigs in basketball history. Flops. He know it. This ain't breaking news. That's just my opinion. I'm not the only one that had that opinion. Some of y'all gonna be mad about that opinion, and some of y'all could kiss my ass.
Hey man, he had to go out there and get his rocks off. You feel what I'm saying? So listen, what are your thoughts on Jaylen Brown's comments? You want to go? Or you want me to take it?
No, I actually don't. I mean, he's not saying anything crazy though.
Yeah,
I don't think it's anything too crazy. And
yeah,
I think the NBA today, I think, because all the SGA stuff and all that, if you're good at drawing fouls, draw fouls. And I think Joel Embiid is also great at drawing fouls as well. So that's something that he is good at. I think that's a talent. It's not everyone can just draw fouls. It's hard, bro. You know what I mean? Just knowing when to lift up your arm when someone's reaching in, if someone's, you know what I'm saying, putting that body on you, when to raise up. When people are reaching in when you're about to shoot, and people are putting that when they're trying to hand check you and you go up and get, you know what I'm saying, or when you're driving, you have it and you hook them. Like there's certain ways that you can do certain things, and Joel Embiid is good with doing that. You know what I mean? So I don't think Jaylen Brown is saying anything breaking news. You know what I'm saying? And he's not saying anything breaking news when he's talking about Joel Embiid acts like he gets shot by people. You know what I'm saying? I mean, listen. I'm gonna tell you something right now. He played soccer growing up as well, so you know what I'm saying. The soccer players, they like to dive a bit. They
Oh
like
my
to, you
god.
know,
Oh
so
my.
so 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 that is
Oh my
something that
god.
that the thing is, if Jaylen Brown knew about, which he should, I think he should know about Joel Embiid. That's a part of it. You know what I'm saying? Like he has that in him because he used to play soccer as well. So if something does happen, he can over exaggerate it, which is fine. It is what it is. You know what I mean? I don't think it's ruining the game. Like it's happened before in the 80s, it's happened before in the 90s. People, it does it like sometimes you just do that. You feel what I'm saying? But I agree with him that no, I actually don't. I don't really care if someone does that. You know what I mean? So like him going off and saying that, it doesn't really. It's not breaking news. It doesn't really move me. You know what I mean? Like I think
Right.
if someone exaggerates, then they exaggerate. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Um, it is. I don't think it's like defa it's like what is it like the integrity of the game is going down because of that. Like I'm not doing some shit like that. Um, and Jaylen Brown was respectful too when he was saying it. He's saying obviously Joel Embiid is one of the best big men that's ever played the game. You know, which is a fact in terms of skill level as well. You know what I mean? So he was giving him his credit. He was just giving his humble opinion on what he does, and I don't mind that. You know what I'm saying? Like I think we should be able to do that if that's how he feels about him. You know what I'm saying? And that's how he
Mhm.
feels. I think Jaylen Brown is a competitor too. I like Jaylen Brown to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He ain't like the rest of them niggas. You know what I'm saying? In the NBA, he speaks his mind. He's in the community. You know what I'm saying? He's for the black people as well. Like I fuck with Jaylen Brown, bro. You feel what I'm
yeah,
saying? So, but these comments, it's not nothing crazy to be honest with you. So I'm agreeing with him. You know what I mean? I agree with him.
yeah.
So
So my thoughts on Jaylen Brown's comments. He didn't say nothing wrong. He didn't say nothing wrong.
mhm.
He didn't say absolutely. He said Joel Embiid is one of the greatest center. He is. You know what I mean? I wish he could, man, if this dude would just stay healthy, bro, my God, it would be a fucking problem. But anyway, he said that. That's cool. He said that he flops and act like, yeah, flopping and drawing a foul is two different things. I believe in that. I believe in that. You know what I'm saying? Drawing foul versus flopping. It's two different things. Jaylen Brown, he draws contact. I don't see Jaylen Brown flopping. I don't. I came out here on this show and told you, Jordan, you know the Sixers is my team. I hate when Joel Embiid be flopping all on the floor and shit. Now, does it help and when we to get us in the bonus and he a good free throw shooter? Yeah, it helps. You know what I mean? But I wish they would stop allowing it. That's my point. I said that about my own team and Joel Embiid. I said that about Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. That motherfucker flops his ass off, snapping his neck and shit. And nobody, how you running this way? Somebody sliding their feet with you, and you going like this. What the fuck is that? What happened? Only
You
way
hate
this
that
gonna
shit.
happen
I
is
don't know
somebody,
why you hate that shit. I don't know
yeah,
why you hate that shit.
Jordan, because it's not a fucking foul. That's why I don't like it. You think Joel Embiid was getting guarded by Jaylen Brown yesterday? You think Jaylen Brown, with that little nudge, was going to make him fall on the floor, his big ass, 7'2", 280 plus pounds, you big ass tree trunk? You're not falling on the floor, bro, from Jaylen Brown guarding you like this. You're not. And he does it. I hate it when D Wade did it. D Wade would be driving left full speed and just fall out of bounds. I'm talking about like it looked like he got T-boned in a car accident. You know when somebody running the red light in the intersection, they run the red light and they hit you from the side, boom. That's what it looked like what happened with D Wade. But the thing is, they keep allowing the shit. But what I want people to understand is this didn't just start in the 2020s, in the 2010s, or the 2000s or the 90s. Jordan, I've came out here and I talked to people. I said, I watched and still watch a whole lot of old school basketball from the 70s all the way on up. I've seen every Michael Jordan playoff series, every last one. I've seen the Lakers, Showtime Lakers in the early 80s, all of the battles that they had with the Sixers in the finals, with the motherfucking Pistons, with the Rockets. You know what I'm saying? I've seen the bad boy Pistons, the battles they had with the big three Celtics, with the Sixers, with the Milwaukee Bucks. You know what I'm saying? And same thing with the big three Celtics. I watch a whole lot of old school basketball. That's why I can talk about this shit. And that's why I can talk the way I talk when I say Jordan is not the GOAT. And I take LeBron because a lot of dudes my age, we watched Jordan growing up. We were just mesmerized. You wasn't analyzing the game. And you never went back. A lot of these dudes didn't go back and actually watch the games and watch the playoff series and shit to see what the fuck I be saying. You know what I mean? But I want to let you know something. In the 1980 NBA Finals, the commentator, he said the word flopping. He used it on Magic Johnson. He said, man, they showed the replay. Magic Johnson was a Hollywood actor by the way he was flopping on this play here. He said that. He was flopping. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, they called his nickname is the captain. He's the captain. The commentator said, the captain, Kareem, they called him the captain. He was Captain Flop on this play right here. They've been doing this. It's been ticky-tack calls in the 80s, bro. I seen Isaiah Thomas get ejected from a game from coming down, trying to slap the ball and hit somebody hard on the wrist. He was trying to swat the ball. They gave him a technical foul and it kicked him out of the game. I seen Michael Jordan driving. Dude beat him to the spot. And the same ticky-tack fouls that they be calling today, it was happening in the 80s. It was happening in the 90s and the 2000s. And another thing, it's already confirmed that Michael Jordan is the one who went to the commissioner office, to David Stern, and was telling him about the physical play from the Detroit Pistons. This motherfucker supposed to be so tough. You skipped the motherfucking teacher, you skipped the principal and the superintendent, it went straight to the commissioner telling him shit. They already said this, already confirmed. And what happens? So what happens, Jordan? Evolution. Evolution happens. So when you go up there, you crying and complaining about the physicality of the game, and you're Michael Jordan, and they're marketing you, now you start dunking all everywhere and shit like that because they like to show, like those Bulls Pistons series, they like to show the same replays. I've said it 100 times when I talk to people and on here when I was talking to Mel and Top and Donovan. I said, bro, when they show Michael Jordan against the Pistons falling on the ground and shit, they're replaying the same 3 or 4 fucking plays, bro. That's not how the whole series went. It's not. And he went to the commissioner complaining. So that also made it even, that's another reason why it is what it is now. Everything has to have a start. It starts somewhere. They was playing physical. Dudes were still flopping, but only one went to the commissioner, the one to start fucking complaining about the shit. So it's going to evolve over time. He a part of that shit too. You understand what I'm saying? You remember Reggie Miller in the 90s? Are you kidding me? This dude was all over the fucking floor flopping. All over the floor, kicking his legs out, everything. You know what I'm saying? So it didn't just start now. It's been going on. It's just a little, it's worse now because they're more quick with the whistle. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't have a problem with what Jaylen Brown said. Everything he said is facts. I hate the way Joel Embiid flops. I hate it. I hate it. I wish they wouldn't allow anybody to do that type of shit. Nobody. There's no way you job into the motherfucking lane and you getting somebody sliding their feet with you and you snapping your neck this way like somebody pushed you in the back. It's not real. It's not. Remember, they was just allowing a few years ago, well, just a couple of years ago, they said James Harden and Trae Young, when you jumping backwards into people. They stopped that shit. Remember when James Harden, I used to see him all the time, driving to the lane, he grab a motherfucking arm and then go up for a shot. They was allowing that. They stopped that. You know what I'm saying?
Not really.
Well, they tried. Okay, and listen, but my thing is, I seen them calling it on James Harden more often. And that back in 2018 and 1920, they wasn't calling that shit at all. They wasn't calling that in 17. In Houston, boy, he was doing that shit every fucking night. Grabbing nigga, I'm like, hey, he's grabbing this dude's arm. That's an offensive foul. And they eventually started calling it on him just a couple years ago, just like when they took out that jumping backwards into people shit. You know what I'm saying? So I wish they would take that shit out the game, but they're not. They want to see people score. They want more points and all of that shit, whatever. But you can still score without allowing that. You know what's a flop versus what's not a flop. They got the flop technical now. It is. They should be using it more because it's to be used more. Facts. So I have no problem with what Jaylen Brown said. The problem that I have is the timing because it's right after the game. Now you sound like a bitter Betty. You sound like you bitter and you mad and you jealous because y'all was up 3-1, my nigga. Y'all was. Y'all blew that shit. Don't tell me we flopped our way to a motherfucking win because Joel Embiid was fucking dominating, nigga. Maxey was killing. Paul George was playing well. VJ Edgecombe doing what he do as well. Kelly Oubre.
He was saying that though, bro. He was
No. But still, it's the timing of it. It's right after the game. So you sound like a bitter Betty. So I had to say what I had to say. I ain't got a problem with what you said. I got a problem with the timing of it. Because now you sound like you bitter. That's not the reason they lost the series, though. I heard him say, I watched the whole thing. He did, congrats to the Sixers. They did their thing, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? And we did. Y'all got beat, nigga. And we didn't flop our way to no goddamn victory. So I don't got a problem with what he said. It's the timing. That's all I got to say about the shit, man. But I wish they take that shit out the game. Trust me.
Streaming now, bro. Niggas be streaming.
I know. And I wish they take that shit out of the game for everybody, bro. Draw a foul. Create the contact. Don't flop, bro. Because Joel and
I'm saying Jaylen Brown and they be streaming. They do the streaming stuff. They go.
I know.
They do the streaming stuff.
I know. That's cool, but I don't care.
This is today's.
That's cool. And today you sound like a bitter Betty. That's fine. That's today's thing. You sound like it's right after. Hell, did you take a shower first, nigga? Did you take a shower first? I mean, did he? Damn, I don't know if he got kids. Did he kiss his kids goodnight? Did he say what's hey to his woman? Did he go to?
He has kids.
Okay, well, damn. It seemed like he went, just didn't take a shower, put his clothes on, and went to the motherfucking microphone. Like, damn. It is what it is, though. You can think about it next season, motherfucker. It is what it is. So, sticking with the NBA, in the NBA Eastern Conference, we had another 3-1 deficit that got blown, and this time was by the Orlando Magic. The Detroit Pistons came back and got their revenge on them, and they won that game conventionally in Game 7, 116-94. But they had a struggle in this series. Obviously, I mentioned they was down 3-1. Jordan, this is both of our sleeper teams a couple years ago. Who was up? Was it last year or a couple years ago? Right?
Which one was yours?
I was Orlando, the sleeper team, and you was the Pistons. You know what I'm saying? So that was a couple years ago. You know what I mean? Or was it last year? Whatever the case may be. Detroit's no longer a sleeper team. They're the number one seed. You know what I mean? And I mean, if you want to call Orlando a sleeper team, that's cool. I know they still young and shit, and they took Detroit to 7 games and had them on the brink of elimination. And tough ass motherfucking they're tough out because they physical down there too. You know what I mean? But do you think the Pistons should be worried moving forward after having a long, drawn out 7-game series against the 8th seed Orlando Magic? Talk to me.
I mean, I don't. It's not just about that series. I think it's just about the roster. I think we all know, and everybody and their mama know, everything revolves around Cade, bro.
Yeah.
And that's. Listen, this is easy, sweet, and short, bro.
Okay.
They should be worried because they rely heavily on Cade for creation, scoring, whatever, playmaking, like everything. You know what I mean? And that's the big issue with the Pistons, because if he is not doing that, or that's not happening, then who's doing it? You know what I mean? Is it LeVert? Is it Jenkins? Like, there's not a solid person there that can give you a 20. And Jalen Duren, it's not like he out there giving you buckets. Jalen Duren's having a hard time.
Just the biggest disappointment in the playoffs this year for him individually.
He's having a hard time, and he's probably going to be an All-NBA player. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, which that doesn't mean anything, because that's a regular season award. You get me? So regardless, it doesn't matter. But you just expect him to at least be providing a bit more, double-digit rebounds all the time, high rebounds, giving you 20 points, at least someone that can give Cade, at least a 20 plus, because Cade is pretty much the only one that create anything for this team. And that's the problem with the Pistons. They need a proven secondary scorer. And you don't want to give up too much to get that. You know what I mean? I think they can give up a Tobias Harris. I think he's replaceable. You know what I mean? I think you can allow him to move.
He balled this series though. I ain't gonna lie.
He can move though. You can move off of him. You feel what I'm saying? So, but I don't know. I think this is a worrying issue, bro. Because who you going up? They going up against the Cavs.
Yep.
The Cavs, bro. I don't believe in the Cavs. I'm not gonna lie, but like this is like gonna be a tough series, because they got 2 guys that can give you buckets, depending on if James Harden wants to show up or not. But they got two dudes that can give you buckets. You know what I'm saying? They got height, they got length, right? You have Mobley, you have Jared Allen. So it's like I don't know what Detroit is going like because if Duran is having a hard time against uh, Carter Jr., then I wonder what's going to be happening when he goes up against Jared Allen and Mobley because they're gonna need some more scoring, man. They're gonna need some more scoring. They're gonna rely heavily on the defensive side of the ball. But if he's having a hard time against against Carter Jr., then
Mhm.
by all means, it's gonna be a tough out when he goes against Jared Allen and Coutinho and Evan Mobley. You feel what I'm
Right.
saying? So this is worrying. This is worrying. And they gotta they and this can damn near be at Cleveland getting to the Eastern Conference Finals. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I don't know who you got, but I think this is the time right now for Cleveland to to um to make it to the what to the Eastern Conference Finals because you have a team that Detroit is the first time this group getting to the second round.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Mhm.
They don't have a secondary playmaker.
Right.
You have two playmakers out there, two dudes that give you 25, 30. You feel what I'm saying? With rim
Mhm.
protection, with length, with shooters out there as well. This is Cleveland's time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just dependent because the best player on the floor though comes from Detroit. Because
Right.
Cade Cunningham is a league he can ball, bro. And
Right.
I don't know what the fuck Twan talking about because this nigga is the only nigga out there. He's out there with a thin one at moments.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Uh, I don't know what you expect this nigga to do. You know what I mean? Like, so it is worrying. It's real worrying.
So, for me, I'm gonna make this quick. My wife just called. You know what I mean? I need to go. I need to go. But what I'm gonna say real quick is I don't think they should be worried next round. I seen how Toronto played against Cleveland Cavaliers, and obviously I look at Toronto. They had a physical defense. I think they was fifth or something like that in defense or something like that. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. I think it was fifth though. You know what I mean? They played physical. Detroit is also physical. Cleveland, to me, is not a physical team. I don't believe in Donovan Mitchell. I don't believe we know what James Harden history is. I do not believe in that guy. Those are two guys I do not believe in. I know for sure. I know Cade Cunningham is heavily relied on for the Detroit Pistons, but they got a defense that could turn into an offense for them. Cade Cunningham is a dog. He does get buckets. This round, I don't think I'm not saying look over Cleveland. That's most definitely not what I'm saying. I ain't crazy, you know what I mean? But I'm just saying like the worry meter as far as like, man, oh my God. Orlando woke them niggas up. They woke them up. You was number one seed, about to get sent home by eighth seed. It's like take a look in the mirror, my nigga. You know what I mean? I think they should be awake right now. They should be awake, and they should go out there and handle Cleveland like a number one seed is supposed to. I think Jaylen Duren might have a bounce back series. You know what I mean? Because I'm just not a believer in Cleveland. I have no belief in Donovan
That's a lot
Mitchell
of
or
size,
James
man. That's a
Harden
lot
at
of
all
size.
whatsoever.
That's a lot of
It
size,
is.
man.
It is. But the guys who get their buckets, I don't believe in them at all. So I think the defense.
I mean, what did you believe in Donovan Mitchell about? Because he's definitely
Look,
is a playoff riser. He's definitely a
yeah,
playoff riser.
but my thing is this. You can have, like I said before, he doesn't, to me personally, you can score 30, 35 points all you want to. Are you going to lead your team? Are you going to elevate the level of the players around you? Are you going to give them that confidence? I don't think that's Donovan Mitchell. That's my opinion. We could talk about that another day if you want to. You know what I mean? But I had to get that off. I gotta go though, because I got an emergency. You know what I mean? So
Right.
we gonna get back on here, man. We'll holler at y'all. Appreciate y'all for coming through. Tell a friend to like and subscribe, to holler at us, man. We gotta go, man. That's our show for the day, and we gone.